here's what happens when I ask Cursor to take the quick start agent code from Livekit and update it so that I can transfer from the agent that comes in the quick start to another agent. I'm going to call that other agent the incurious assistant, and I've provided the instructions for what I want here. And what we're going to see is that the agent is going to use its training data to try to figure out how to build the code for transferring from one agent to another. And it's also just going to kind of guess at the best way to do that because it's not going to be really clear and unsure about how it's supposed to do it. So let's take a look at what it's done now that it's done, that's finished. Um, so it calls this agent.handoff method. Um, and this whole thing is just not the way you're supposed to, this is not the idiomatic way to do it in Livekit. Um, so let's undo this. And instead, let's turn on the MCP server. And now go back to uh, the out of the settings. It's hidden under my Zoom thing. There we go. And I'm gonna take the same prompt and I'm gonna type in the same command, but I'm gonna also just to be safe say check the Livekit docs MCP server on how to do this. And now let's see what it does. It's going to go out and look at the docs and see what is the right way to do an agent transfer. And it's going to work its magic. This is just amazing. The coding agents are just amazing. And what we can see now in the code uh, is that it's using a tool call to transfer to another assistant, and that is the way you should be doing it in LiveKit. Um, and the overall point that I'm trying to make here is that the coding agents are not going to create the best code or even working code unless you ground them in the right knowledge. And that's where our MCP server is. And it's just magical. If you want to build an agent on LiveKit, you just turn on the MCP server and go into a coding agent, and it just uh, most of the time works great. You still need, I hesitated there at the end about it because you still need to review the code. You still need to read the code. That's, I think, one of my important messages that I want to continue to harp on in many of my future posts. But most of the time, it works great. Thanks.